So I've decided, as I'm gonna probably leave this for a little bit, I'm gonna put the motherboard into the case. So I have taken off this fan to give me a little bit of extra room, and so I don't want to wrestle the motherboard. And we're gonna check the manual. It shows us here that there's 13 screws for the motherboard. So there's 13, 12 and 8. They all look kind of similar. So just pick the bag that has the 13, which is this top one. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to keep touching the case just to make sure I have no static before I touch the motherboard. Let me open all the screws out. Here are my screws. I'm going to just leave them here on the table next to us. Now, let me see if I can get my screwdriver. My screwdriver is over here. So I'm going to touch the case again to try to prevent static. Then I'm going to catch the motherboard in what seems to be a pretty good spot. Try not to grab anything too much. Now, I really want to start working this into place by grabbing the cooler. And one of the standoffs in the middle doesn't have a screw, and it just kind of should pop in, and you'll see your I/O should line up. Seems pretty good and close. We can just check them all. I think this one is in. All right. Seems like it's pretty stable in there. So what we're going to have is there's one down here in this corner, which is a little bit off. We have two here. So maybe we'll try start with the one in the very corner. I also like to use this to magnetize. So I'll magnetize my screwdriver a little bit. And I'll get a screw here. We won't go right into that corner first. Let's see if we can just work in an easy one and make sure there's no issue before we try the more awkward one in the corner. So we won't tighten it, we'll just get it started and snug to the board. Yeah, I made it to get an extension to do that one, which I should have. So let's do this one here. Let me see if I have an extension that makes it a little longer in this one. I have the extension here to one side. So let's put the extension. Let's see if it's magnetized. Yes, it is. And this is a ratcheting screwdriver. So let's get right in here. And that's good. We got it in the corner. So we can keep using this screwdriver. Saves us putting our hands inside the case. So make sure you keep touching the case for static. That's another one. So I'm just going to put this in. I have put the power in. I figured nobody needed to see me just putting the power brick in. It just slides in, usually fan down, unless you want air blowing into your computer. So try and keep it elevated. It's lifted up a half inch, so it's just the heat from the CPU. So you can put it either way, but generally it's fan down. That's what people do. So it seems they give us extra screws because I don't believe I need all 13 screws, I believe. I think there's 9 points and one of them is just for lining it up. So the only issue I'll have next time probably is going to be, not my cable management should be okay. I'm going to put the fan back on here, make sure it fits. So then this fan is blowing through that fan, is blowing through this fan. Just check all the directions are right. This seems to be blowing from the back in. I'll probably turn it around and have it the other way, because I have this blowing this way already. So generally blow in and out the back. So there's no arrows on these. Usually there's an arrow on these to make sure. Oh, there is an arrow this way. So the arrow is showing which way the fan is blowing. So we'll install these the next time. Make sure all the fans are running the right way. And we'll have to put the NVMe in here pretty close to this, but we should be fine. It's pretty easy to install. The SSD drive will go on the other side over here. So we're good. I'm going to close this up. I guess I'll just close it up so you can see how the case is. For now, we'll just close it up. That's it. And then just put these, and these can be just worked in by hand. You don't need a screwdriver. So, not too much left to do. I mean, I probably have about 30 or 40% of it done. Just need to get the fans all hooked up, everything else hooked up. And, I suppose I'm a third of the way. A third of the way, I'll do the rest of the install on the cables, and then the last third will do install the windows and checking everything works. So this is my novice video for building a computer, in case anyone is interested. And with the acid test, let's lift it up and make sure the motherboard doesn't fall off. Let's lift that up. Let's put it here. And you can see inside. Looks pretty good, right? So there's going to be the graphics card in there. The hard drive's going to be on the other side, the SSD drive, NVMe in here. So there's not that much left to go in here. So it's going to be a pretty clean build. Maybe that helps somebody, maybe it doesn't. There's the, this just pops off here on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide in your power. Screw this back on, or else you can screw this onto the power and then put it back in. So this is connected to the case and to the power. All right.